Welcome to the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast. My name is Rob Murgatroyd, and I am a former doctor turned lifestyle entrepreneur. Each week, I interview some of the best minds on the planet on the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. Today's episode is a mini-sode that we call Fri-Date with the Wife. In these mini-sodes, my wife Kim and I deconstruct the strategies that we've developed over the last decade to not only grow personally, but to turn our struggles into lessons and create fulfillment in all areas of our lives. Excuses are over. It's time to live. Let's dig into today's topic. Okay, before we get into this episode of Fri-Date, I want to remind you that my 2019 Mastermind is filling up quickly in terms of the applications rolling in. Now, I've not started my pre-qualification phone calls yet, but remember, this is on a first-come, first-served basis for at least getting your applications in line. I go through them all. I look for the best fit, and then I set up a phone call to see if it's a great fit between you, me, and our existing group. So, if you are at all interested, go to workhardplayhardpodcast.com/mastermind. So the mastermind is the fastest way I know of to 10x your business, up-level your tribe, and get a clear path to grow your business and your relationship to the next level. It's like a significant shortcut for you. So look at it this way. What if by this time next year, your profits 10x and you spent less time working and had more time with your family and your friends doing the things that light you up? And what if you did it with the highest level entrepreneurs on the planet? And what if you learned all of this while you were experiencing some of the most amazing adventures, places, and cities in the world? Stop the what ifs and make a decision to make this happen. So go to workhardplayhardpodcast.com/mastermind and fill out the application. In the mastermind, I'll put you into a group of high-level achievers where everyone is at your level or higher, and you'll be in 3 different masterminds throughout the year, going to 3 different locations and being a part of what I call an experiential learning environment. I learn best by doing cool things with cool people and not in the back of a Holiday Inn conference room. So I redesigned the entire mastermind concept and made it fully immersive experiences. I made the long conference room tables disappear, the one with the mints and the water. It's all gone. So who's it for? Any upper 6-figure earner that is at $300,000 or above, or those that have just barely squeaked over their first million and are looking to learn how to get past the multiple 7-figure range year after year. So even if you're just curious, go to workhardplayhardpodcast.com/mastermind and click apply. Do not let this negative self-chatter get in the way. We all have it, by the way. Power through it. Power through it. You can do it. All right, let's get on with the episode. All right, Kim.
Yes.
You just said you want to record a podcast.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
We're walking down the street.
We're walking down the street, and the audio file in me
is not going to work out with
not really happy about what we're doing. But you know what? I'm going to go with it. I have no voice left. Now, tell me why I don't have much of a voice left.
All right. So we have been at the Summit of Greatness for 3 days, Lewis House Summit of Greatness.
Oh, your voice doesn't sound so good either.
Yeah, no, we're out. And so the reason that we sound like this is because when we go all in on an event, we play full out. And that in this event includes yelling, screaming, dancing, and possibly a couple cocktails. None of that of which has helped our voice.
Oh my God, I almost tripped.
No, you did trip. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to you about today and share, and you and I haven't had this conversation yet, but we just had one of the speakers that I'm going to tell you was probably one of the best speakers I've ever heard in my life, Tererai.
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 Tererai was your name?
Tererai Trent.
Yep.
And we'll put it in the show notes. But so she is from what is now is in Zimbabwe. And she told this dramatic, like tear, emotional story about her, how she was raised and how she broke the chain of events for women in her family, how they were basically born, raised until they were, barely a teenager, and then traded for a cow for marriage and became, mothers themselves. And the story of abuse and illiteracy and what she did with it and how she broke that chain. And it, for me, was so impactful and really just had me sitting in awe of how she's now the one that had the dream to build the schools in Africa that Oprah heard about and invested in.
Well, I think what's even better is that it took her 8 years to get a high school diploma. Her goal was to get a high school diploma, a master's, and a PhD. And it took her 8 years to get the high school diploma. And long story short, she got the PhD in the end.
And it took her 20 years to do it all. And by the way, it was all, a woman came to her village one day when Zimbabwe was freed and sat down in a circle and asked her what her dream was and told her whatever she wanted to achieve, she could. And that was the catalyst for her wanting this change and creating this change for her family. And she was a mother of 4 by the age of 18. And like Rob said, she wanted to get her PhD in America, and it took her 20 years to do it.
All right, now
getting the GED.
So get this. So she wants to go back to her country and help them. So she decides that she's going to make T-shirts, and she's going to sell these T-shirts, and she's going to use the money to build schools.
And she sold about 20 T-shirts.
Until
Oprah comes along and invests. And my point in this is not to relay her story. My point is, sitting in the audience, this is what you get when you come to Summit of Greatness. I would have never heard or seen this woman speak. I didn't know there was a woman behind what Oprah did. And I would have never, ever, ever had the opportunity to hear her speak, ask her questions, or even, quite honestly, be in her presence. And I'm sitting here in the chair thinking, the last thing I probably complained about was so trivial to anything that she's ever gone through or her family or anything. And the dream she had is so much bigger than any dream I've ever had. And that right there is what this type of event does. It changes your brain chemistry.
You got to run across the street. Come on. So I'll tell you something else that I think is really important for people listening to understand about this particular event. I'm just going to say it. There's not a chance in hell that I would have ever bought a ticket to see this woman because I'm a white guy from America. She's a black woman from Africa, and we just don't have that much in common. And I likely would have never bought the ticket. And my God, would I have been robbed from an experience because of it. So Lewis is willing. I gotta give it to Lewis because he could easily get anybody he wanted, and he's putting speakers that are really doing things in the world that are going to inspire you, and he's giving you what you need, whether you want it or not, and you walk away better for it. The other part...
It actually, I feel like it changes you, though, like, it shifts your brain chemically. It has to, because now I'm going, okay, so whatever dream I had, how can I 10x that in this woman's honor? Do you know what I mean? Like, as a woman who grew up with every opportunity in the world to be able to take that to the extreme and do something to give back to all of the women that don't have that ability, don't have that opportunity. Like, it's just got my brain turning, you know?
So there's no way that we can recap every single speaker, but here's what I'm going to tell you. The relationships that we're building, is our third year here now?
This is our third year.
The relationships that we're building here are getting tighter, more connected, more real. The relationships that are happening now are getting so much deeper, and we're able to connect with people that, you know, we would not have known had we not come here. So if you want to be a part of a movement of people that really want to do great things, and you need a shot in the arm to be around 2,000 people that are not just going to like, a Tony Robbins positive, development seminar where they're jumping up and down. And I love Tony, but that's not what this is. This is a group of people that are getting together, learning from so many different speakers and connecting and making real relationships. So,
and becoming so well-rounded. We have poets, we have artists. Whoa! I literally almost broke my ankle. We have poets, there's artists, and he has cultivated this group of, or curated, I should say, this group of speakers. Each year is brand new in every aspect of your life, from relationship to your body, to your health, to your marriage, to your business, to your contribution. And he did it again. I've never been to a more well-balanced, inspiring event in my life. And now we get to go top it off with a party with Wyclef.
Speaking of, we walked you all the way to our Airbnb. So we've got to
go party,
get dressed, take a shower, have some dinner, and then go party with Wyclef. So we wanted to give you a little recap on what the weekend was like.
All right, thanks for listening. If you love this episode and you know someone that needs some help in either stepping up their work hard game or their play hard game, it would mean the world to me if you shared this podcast with them to help me get this movement out there. So if you like what you heard, head on over to iTunes, take 30 seconds, and leave me a 5-star review, and I will be forever grateful. So until the next episode, excuses are over. It's time to live.